Well, I remember back in the day.
Boy, if I had a 5-pound bass every time I heard that one, eh? But it's a great way to compare the present with the past. Today's angler is equipped with all kinds of aids and gadgetry to help them catch fish. There was a time, though, we had to do it all manually and develop techniques. One of those techniques is called fan casting. It's still used today and is still effective. Fan casting is exactly as it sounds, making a series of casts from a starting position in a fan-like pattern. The idea here is to cover as much water as possible to help locate fish. If fishing from a boat, an angler can cover about 300 degrees of a possible 360. That's a decent amount of coverage and should get a bait in the vicinity of any fish around. Through typical human nature, though, some of us will ultimately cut corners and maybe make a few less casts, thinking we'll be covering the same amount of fish holding water. After all, 300 degrees is 300 degrees, right? Wrong. In old school fan casting, less will not get you more. However, with the aid of today's technology, you can change all of that. If you want to be, let's not call it lazy, let's call it economical. There is a way of making less casts in the fan, all while getting your bait exactly in front of a fish. It's with the use of forward-viewing sonar, and in our world, it's called Panoptic's Live Scope. With our LVS 32 Live Scope transducer mounted on our trolling motor, we can now scan not only the approximate 300 degrees of our fan cast, but we can actually scan 360 degrees. That's full coverage of the area we're sitting in, including behind the boat. Scoping, as we call it, just takes a few quick passes versus 7 or 8 possibly lengthy casts that can take up valuable time. Let's call it efficient instead of lazy. And if you really want to emulate a fan, turn your Live Scope transducer to perspective mode and boom, looky there, a perfect fan.